Hi all, and welcome to episode 6 of Baldur's Gate 3 with me, Fizz. In the last episode, we finally managed to get through the Inner Grove, speaking to the Tieflings and the Druids and getting all the storylines for the upcoming adventures. So I thought we'd take our first
Make
long rest,
haste. I would have
and while we're here, we're
words
going to
with you.
talk to the party and members and see what's going on. And I know old Withers over here wants to have a little chat, so let's start with him.
We meet again, as predicted.
hmm
I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Okay. Services. Kind of services.
A mending of the threads between life and death. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
So you can resurrect. Nice.
Because it is my calling. There is little else to explain. A matter of coin.
200 coins, not too bad. Okay, you can change your class here as well. Okay.
As thou desire.
Okay, that, I didn't want to do that. So, oh, okay.
Something's on my mind. Something the matter? There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway.
I
Just
still want it.
forget you ever saw it.
So, give it me.
What can I say? They were eye-catching. Consider me an art lover.
Okay.
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much. Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaithisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
Hey.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
So what do you know?
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point,
Ooh.
I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less.
Hey.
I expect I am your first. Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Okay. Thanks.
It was an observation, not a compliment. No
Ah.
matter. I do not intend to stay long in this place.
Okay.
Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones
Nice.
will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
Quite cool, but yeah, yes, we will find a
Words
cure.
forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me. Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
Okay. I do like you, but rather aggressive. Is there more here?
Something the matter? We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little?
There is more.
Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. Personally, I think finding this Halcyon is our best bet. Oh, there's Ethel. Not that I'm keen to trust her. If we're truly desperate, we can try to convince that goblin gut in assisting us. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith Kresh will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind.
Out of all of them, I'm thinking of helping Sassy. He can get me to the camp. Maybe we'll find housing while we're there.
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course. Home. Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Lady Joan. Glad I did come back then. Yeah.
Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation.
I think that she's done. Gale? See what you got to say, mate. You haven't been with us. Let's have a chat with you.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately. Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, city of splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There.
Okay. Carry on.
Didn't that paint enough of a picture?
Yes, sir. Oh.
For a split second, you see a swirl of untamed magic. Then his defenses drop like a portcullis.
Out! That was uncalled for. Not an eventuality I'm entirely unfamiliar with. Nevertheless, please don't try that again unless I invite you to.
Okay. Well, Will, we haven't had you at a party.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling. Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return. One of the archdevil Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach. Even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking. The damage she might be doing. A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
There we are. That should be all of them.
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already. Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Okay. Let's rest up for the night then. Have our first long rest. Okay. Looks like we're not getting along. Darian wants to talk.
Do you mind?
Yeah.
I was rather enjoying my view of the ceiling.
Feeling.
It's something of a novelty. I'm usually quite busy at night, but now I'm just lying here and, thinking. Reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we find the druid, will he know how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over?
Mm-hmm.
A pity. A great pity.
Okay.
You're quite the ally after all. Traversing Avernus, surviving the crash, surviving everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for.
Okay.
You have your charms. More than you think.
The smile
Right with
on
me.
his pretty lips is a touch too composed, a bit too perfect. He may not mean a word he says.
Of course. Terribly sorry. I was just going anyway. I need to clear my head. I'm sure I'll see you when I get back. Sleep tight.
Hmm. Okay. Will's got something to say. Gail's got something to say. They've all got something to say.
A tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel?
What?
Surprising is just the word, isn't it? Before the Illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends. The tadpoles weakened me, suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, I've showed no signs of turning. No nausea, no pain, not even a hot flash.
Okay.
Indeed. Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday. We could conjecture all night. I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next. And that answer is plain as the horns on a war devil's head. We get these things out. Let's get some rest. Dawn comes sooner than we think.
Okay. Now we are going to go find your friend Karlach.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
Okay, well, I was hoping to rest, but you didn't let me. But okay, go ahead.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we?
No.
Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder. The way you got Korga to release the girl. The way you got that boy out of a harpy's clutches. In short, I've grown to trust you.
You weren't there to see that. You saw the goblin attack, I think. But you weren't there for the rest of it?
I was being quite sincere, I assure you.
Hmm.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul. Except for my cat.
Of course.
You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
Okay.
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Right.
I can say no more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns.
Okay.
That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
Kind of pack of you, mate.
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
Okay.
Valid question. If not out of the simple goodness of your heart, then perhaps your own self-interest might be sufficient motivation. Having a wizard like me around is quite the boon when facing the perils that stalk these lands. It'd be far harder for me to assist you if I could barely stand upright. Please, trust me. Your help could be the difference between life and death.
Yeah. Yeah, let's have a go. Okay, take that.
You become one with Gale's mind, and you can feel something sinister oppressing you. It's inside of you, a mighty darkness radiating from your chest. You could try to push further, but your hold over Gale feels brittle. It won't be easy delving deeper without him noticing.
Yeah, that
So-
does now.
Do you agree?
Yeah, go on then.
Thank you. I see my trust in you was not misplaced. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I
What
hope I can count
item?
on you.
Has this got more to say? No. Let's do old aggressive moody lady.
Gulek. I remember who I was in Krishkalir. I was hungry to face my first Gaith. My sword pined for their blood. Would that I were doing battle up there, among the tears. Yes. Rocky bodies named after a false goddess. Next time you're able, look to the sky. Watch the moon cross it. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crush, Claire. Your curiosity is to be commended. Githyanki are hatched in creches all throughout realm space. Claire is one of many. It's there I first saw a Kithrak mount a red dragon, where I slit my cousins' throats at the Varsh's command. But enough of this. You are wasting your resting time. Come dawn, we resume our search for a creche.
Maybe.
The leader of the pack comes to chat. What's on your mind? You must be pleased to have a clear path forward. The sooner we find the druid house in, the better. I can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head. Head to Baldur's Gate. Someone's waiting for me. Let a girl have some secrets. Was there anything else?
You wanted to talk to me. Oh, go on then. We're having another. It's only an 8. We're going to get a 3? 11. Bad. I think that's 4 rolls and 1
You
fail.
find
So
a current of hope flowing through her thoughts. She believes you all have a real chance. She's anxious to find this person in Baldur's Gate. Whoever it is has a strong hold over her and can give her something she desperately wants.
Yes. Vastly so. But I don't want to talk about her. Not right now. We should get some rest. Good night.
right.
Doth the soul weigh?
Okay. I guess that's all you've been spoken to. Still want to know what you want. Let me have a look at journal. Needed to consume the weave of powerful magic item. Keep any suitable items close at hand. Guessing we should carry some on us, but he's not coming with us for now. So that's fine. We have our long rest, please.
Come, there are important matters to discuss.
Already spoken to Wiggles. Ew, what was he sneaking around for? Keep my eye on him. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this episode here. Sorry it's a short one, guys. We've had 2 long ones previously. So I'm gonna get ready to maybe take Will with me and go and find Karlak. Go and free Sassy and maybe go and talk to Mole in the next episode. Before we go and find this priestess or absolute and housing and stuff. If you are enjoying everything so far, please, as always, leave me a like, a subscription, leave me a comment, please share with other people that might like to watch a rubbish, grumpy old man do really bad at computer games. Thank you all for watching. Please stay safe. Until the next episode, happy hunting.